Okay, so I want to talk about engagement and how you can get a more engaged workforce. So, what is engagement? Well, engaged employees means that they have an emotional connection to the company and the company's goals. So, engaged employees are more proactive, they will take on responsibilities outside of their job role, and an engaged workforce has a direct link to more satisfied customers and therefore a more profitable company. So, engagement has real tangible values. So I want to talk about 4 key pillars of engagement that will help you to create an environment where you will have a more engaged workforce. So the 4 pillars I'm going to talk about are autonomy, purpose, competence, and relatedness. So if I start with competence. So competence is about an employee having the skills and the ability to do their job. So people need to feel like they're able to do the tasks that are asked of them and that they've got opportunities for growth and development. So learning opportunities where they're not staying the same, but they are able to develop and they're able to do more than what they're doing today. So opportunities for development and opportunities for mastery and getting better at what they're doing. Okay, so number 2 is about relatedness. So relatedness is all about social connections and for people to feel that they enjoy the people that they work with. I'm sure we can all agree that work is a much nicer place to go when you actually like the people that are in the office. So relatedness is about having friends and connections. And it can be having a good relationship with your manager. We know that having a poor relationship with your manager is the number 1 reason why people leave organizations. So having a good relationship with your manager, but also about having good relationships with your colleagues. So one of the signals of engagement is that people can say that they have a best friend at work. So as a manager and as a leader, you can think about how you can facilitate an environment where people are able to forge good relationships with each other, and also think about how you can forge better relationships with your team as well. Okay, so that's competence and relatedness. Let's have a think about autonomy. So autonomy doesn't just mean that people can do whatever they want to do, just do their own thing, but autonomy means that people have some say and some control over their work, that they're not being dictated to and micromanaged every second of the day. So autonomy is natural, it's inbuilt. We all want to have some say over our own lives. So autonomy is about that. It's about people being able to control the how of their work. So to say that they want to do it in their own way, they want to add their own spin to something. And as a manager, it's about being able to step back and not dictate the way that somebody does something, but allowing people freedom to control their own work. So autonomy is really, really important. Okay, so the last one is purpose. Now, purpose can be interpreted in a couple of different ways. So the first way to think about purpose is about values, and it's about, does the organization's values match with my own? And do I feel like I'm working towards something of a greater purpose that's meaningful to me? And if people feel that way, they're more likely to be engaged with the organization. But we can also think about purpose on a more micro level, and we can think about it as making a difference in the workplace. So people that feel like they've got purpose, they feel like what they're doing on a day-to-day basis has meaning and is making a difference to the organization. So it's about, I can see the impact of my activities. And as managers and leaders, it's really worthwhile having some why conversations with your team. So often people know what they do. Hopefully they're deciding how they do it with the autonomy piece. But do they really know why they're doing something? And that why is about that purpose. So it's about having a conversation about organization, mission, goals, and tying that into what the employee is doing on a daily basis. So that's your 4 pillars of engagement. So you've got autonomy, competence, relatedness, and purpose. So as a leader, you've got to make sure that you're fulfilling on all 4 of those areas for your employees. And there's probably one that you do slightly better than the others. So I would encourage you to go and have a think about how well you and your organization does in those 4 areas of engagement, and see what you can do to improve in those different areas and create an environment where you're much more likely to have an engaged workforce. So Wish you every success with engaging your team.